Alright, so now that most of you are gone, I'm going to be talking about whether or not Call of Duty will ever live up to the hype again. And I'm going to say that it's not going to, and I don't think Call of Duty really has, until the most recent one, which was Black Ops 3. And those who were actually really, really hyped for the game, I think were genuinely happy with what they got. But I think those not really excited for this game weren't really that happy what they got. I think some people were just like okay with it. A lot of people, like I saw some people who usually like play other games and shit, they bought Black Ops 3 and were streaming it, and they thought it was okay, I guess. But they weren't like blown away by it, which is the general attitude to Call of Duty these most recent years. So yeah, Call of Duty really hasn't lived up to the hype, like for the past couple years. But now I'm gonna be pretty much just talking about Infinity Ward, which is the other fucking developer of the Call of Duty franchise. But now, as a lot of you guys know, Infinity Ward now is basically a skeleton team of what Infinity Ward used to be. Many of the main guys who used to be a part of that original team are now gone. They're now in Respawn Entertainment making the Titanfall games. So really, who's making the game now? This is basically a completely new studio with the help of Raven Software and Neversoft, another fucking Activision developer that's slaving their life away. I do like Infinity Ward's multiplayer a bit more than I like Treyarch's multiplayer, but still, this Infinity Ward studio is not really fit for the job. And as many people have said, lots of people have made videos about how Infinity Ward sucks and shit. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about why they suck, because I think if you happen upon this video, you're already well versed in the reasons why Infinity Ward sucks eggs and ass at the same time. And when I'm talking about Infinity Ward, of course I'm talking about the current Infinity Ward, not what is now Respawn Entertainment. People may say that the Modern Warfare games are the best Call of Duty games out of all of them, but they're not in any way the most balanced, and that's kind of my point. When I think of a good Call of Duty game, I think of a really good balanced game, and the Black Ops series, or what is now the Black Ops series, before it was really only just Black Ops 1 and 2, but now it's Black Ops 3, so it's kind of like a whole, whatever it is now. But they're all balanced games, generally speaking, as opposed to Infinity Ward's games. Now, as I've said before, what do I mean by I like Infinity Ward's multiplayer a bit more than Treyarch's? A lot of people can say that Infinity Ward has a more genuine Call of Duty feel, just like moving not as fast and, picking off dudes. It's more campy. Infinity Ward's games have been more campy. So, I like that feel of a game better. Excuse me for the fucking voice crack. But I can understand why people don't really like that, because a lot of people like to go on really high streaks while rushing in Call of Duty. And a balanced game like the Black Ops series games are more built for rushing, built for, balanced combat, as opposed to, except for the snipers in Black Ops 2, which is a whole different fucking beast. But that leads into my next point, which is that Treyarch is really the last saving grace of the Call of Duty franchise, in my opinion. If they do make a Modern Warfare remake, I think that's going to pull in some people, but where can they go after that? That's pretty much it. Advanced Warfare doesn't really resonate with many Call of Duty fans. And I say Call of Duty fans because people who like Call of Duty like the boots-on-the-ground combat, and not really the exosuit movement. And that's because, they like the whole, moving around, doing all the shooting shit, kill streaks. And also, that's another thing. The kill streaks in Advanced Warfare fucking sucked. The Paladin was underpowered for the most part. Warbird was underpowered. The only thing really worth using was the UAV with the wall hack fucking attachment and care packages so that you could get a kill streak every once in a while. But most people even opted out to just not use the score streaks because it just kind of sucked, with exception of the wall hack UAV. And that's really because Sledgehammer didn't really have any experience with Call of Duty games other than Modern Warfare 3. And we all know how that game turned out. Whereas Treyarch, I feel like they care about making genuinely good games. Go back to fucking when they made Spider-Man 2, the movie tie-in. That game was genuinely good, and if you don't believe me, look it up. Fucking Treyarch made the goddamn fucking, excuse my language, not really, sorry not sorry, the movie tie-in Spider-Man game. And that game was great. That game did not need to be great, but it fucking was. Because I think that Treyarch makes good games, and they care about making good games, and that's why, you know, you see the zombies mode spawn out of Treyarch, because they're willing to take risks to make a good game, and that's why zombies, in my opinion, is also a reason why Treyarch is the last saving grace of the Call of Duty franchise. Because, you know, an entire sect of YouTube is dedicated to the zombies mode, just exclusively. You don't really see just one mode of a game have a really, really insane following. I mean, there are games that get an insane following, but not just one mode as opposed to another mode of the game. Which is why, you know, Treyarch, I think Treyarch is the better developer out of the three. I mean, so you could say that maybe Call of Duty will live up to the hype if they bring in another developer. That could happen. I don't really think they are going to do that because they just brought in Sledgehammer. But then again, Sledgehammer was already really on. So kind of my whole point with this is that David Vonderhaar is actually leaving Treyarch now. And I think a lot of you actually know that. But that means that also, you know what happened with Infinity Ward where, you know, those two head guys left? I'm sure a bunch of people are probably maybe going to leave with David Vonderhaar. That could not be the case because, I mean, David really wasn't that involved with the development of the Treyarch games as the two head developers of Infinity Ward were. I don't know, fuck it. But still, I think some people are probably going to leave. Because Activision is a toxic environment. People in like Bungie have left. Marty O'Donnell got kicked out. The head writer of Bungie got kicked out. So I think people in Treyarch probably leave a lot more than we think. So it's probably not going to be the same developer for the next 3 years, for the next Black Ops game or whatever the hell they do. So I'm not as excited for the next release. You know, the next Black Ops release, because I don't really think, I mean, there's not that much evidence to support this other than the fact that David's leaving to say that it wouldn't be the same developer, but I still have a sneaking suspicion that it might not be all the same dudes. That's not to say I wouldn't play it, the next Treyarch game, in like 3 years. I know, why the hell are we talking about that? So that's one thing, that, you know, Treyarch isn't really going to be the same developer, in my speculation. This is pure speculation. I'm not supporting this with any evidence, so don't expect any. This is just my speculation. So if we eliminate that, hypothetically, Treyarch is not the same developer. Their next game absolutely is going to suck. What does Activision have next with the Call of Duty franchise? And I think that's the Modern Warfare remake. Okay, say they make that. That makes about as much as Black Ops 3 did. Probably less, maybe more. What do they do after that? They have Ghost and Advanced Warfare. The two IPs that they can still continue. But does anybody really want to see those games? I'm sure there are people that do. But they're not going to sell nearly as well as Black Ops 3 did this year. Which I think is a lot. I'm fairly sure it's a lot. I'll probably write in the description somewhere a correction, like how much Black Ops 3 sold, unless we don't really know how much it sold, which I think Activision hasn't put out how many copies of not Black Ops, the Call of Duty games have been, you know, the sales, have not been released for Ghost and Advanced Warfare. I don't think they were. So that's really it. I mean, I don't think, like I said, I'm going to say this now, but I don't think the Call of Duty games are very good. I think that they're solid shooters, solid games that you can have some fun with your friends and shit, especially with the zombies mode. But they're not good games. They could never really be Game of the Year material, like you know, the newest Fallout title could have been. I don't know. I haven't played the new Fallout yet, but from what I've heard from people, it's not as good as they expected it to be. Then again, I could play it, and I'll think it's probably pretty good. I'll probably play the shit out of it. Just Cause 3 is another game that's coming out that could be Game of the Year, but that's not... I'm getting off topic. So yeah, I don't think a Call of Duty game could be Game of the Year. So then why... Honestly, I was sick of this franchise a little bit, but I was blinded by nostalgia. Like I said before, like, you know, they're really trying to claw onto that, and it's working. Which is why I think they should put out a Modern Warfare remake and just be fucking done with it. I know they're probably going to release Advanced Warfare 2 Ghost 2, but I think the sales of those games are going to scare them away to not really make another Call of Duty title, which I think is better for the industry for it. In terms of, like, you know, that's another game that Activision publishes that has, you know, insane microtransaction and DLC policies. That would be another game off the market with those policies that I'm going to have another fucking video about my opinion on DLC policies. So I really think I think this series needs to kind of die. I like it. I like the series a lot. I was so excited for Black Ops 3, and I'm glad it delivered, but I don't think I'm going to get that same feeling again. And if I do, I'm going to be kind of mad because Activision is making one of my favorite franchises ever. So, like I said before, I think Treyarch is the best developer they have, and I think Treyarch needs to fucking leave. If their contract is going to be up anytime soon, they need to leave, go find a new publisher, and make a spiritual successor to Call of Duty, or another fucking game. Just a different IP altogether. Because I think Treyarch is a really genuinely good developer. Or whatever the guys they're gonna have left. I think they're gonna. I think they could make a new IP and it would be really nice. But as I said before, this is from my pure speculation. I think a bunch of guys are gonna be leaving. Based on, you know, what happened with David. David's leaving. No real details have been put out about that, but, you know, whatever. So this video is getting kind of long. I'm going to end it here. But if you guys could give me any constructive criticism on what I could do better in my videos, other than get better gameplay, you know, get better at the game, get a better voice, hit puberty, I don't know. Constructive criticism would be really nice if I could get that. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.